but we're going to switch over to Asia Evans, who's going to be training on AKASHX. And as I said to people last week, this is an ongoing training on how to use AKASHX to invest in Forex or cryptocurrency or whatever. And I realize some of you on here, that may not be your way of doing the type of business you want to do to build this. Okay, that's a great thing about MDC. We have so many different options. So for those who feel that this is not something that they're interested in, feel free to leave. You're not going to be discourteous by leaving now, because we really want people on here that really want to learn from her. But if you're willing to stay on, Asia is going to teach you a phenomenal way of making additional funds and give you an ability to expand your customer base and your affiliate base by having more information on what our company has to offer. So again, one final time, I want to thank Sue. What an awesome job. I can't wait to work with you, and I can't wait to get over there and we can meet you in person, along with everybody else is here. I can't wait to get there and meet you. But going forward, I want to introduce Asia Evans. We call her Z. She is a trainer for AKASHX. She is the top female grower for AKASHX, and she is one of the top 5 trainers overall for all of the trainers that work with AKASHX, which is well over 25. I think it's 25 or 30 different ones, and she's in the top 5. She's educated over 5,000 people in this business, and she's been in network marketing for the last 3 years. She's noted for signing up 120 affiliates in 40 days, which is pretty impressive. I tell you, that's incredible. And she has created 5- and 6-figure earners, and she's very close to creating her first 7-figure earner. 2 weeks ago, which is the last week that I was able to follow, that week she went 21-2 on her trades for a 92% success rate. So when you're in an industry where a 55 or 60% success rate is considered stellar, a 92% success rate for any period of time is incredible. So Z, are you out there? Please unmute yourself.
Hey, I'm here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm blessed. Hi, everyone. Let me show my camera.
Yes, please. We want to see your pretty face. There we go.
Yes. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
My locks is a little. What'd you say?
I said, how are you today?
I'm good. It's Monday. It's Sunday really starts the week off, but Monday, is when everybody really gets into the groove. So I'm happy. Happiness is a choice, and I always choose to be happy.
I'm going to take just a moment here and make you a co-host so you can reach out. You can put stuff on here if you choose. Oh, where are you here? Give me 1 second. There we are. Make a co-host. Yes. There. You got access to the panel. So again, thank you so much. Oh, you're muted.
I'm here.
Okay. Thanks so much for being on this. Thanks so much for this ongoing training that we're going to be doing over the next foreseeable future. You did a great job last week. I had a lot of great comments. And so now I'm going to turn over to you, and guys, sit back and listen, because she has some incredible tidbits on how you can work this business from a different angle. Okay, it's all yours.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everyone. If you can hear me, I know I'm speaking to Dell, and I'm a very interactive person, but if you can hear me, if you can drop a 2 in the chat to let me know that you guys are active, listening, can know what's going on, that would be amazing. Awesome. I see some last week names. If you were here last week, can you just write one thing that you did learn last week? And if you did join Akash, what was it? You guys can unmute yourselves if you want. And everything. Someone said that they loved the demo. Someone says indices. Okay. All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so I mean, everybody doesn't understand what's going on. So, all right, here we go. Like he said, my name is Asia. They call me Z. I am 29 years old. Next week, right? Uh, next week, thank you. Next week, not next week, next month, I'll be 30. So as we'll continue to do this, I won't say 29, I'll say 30. I've been able to, in the past 3 years, really just change my life, change my lifestyle, and then also encourage others to change theirs, right? And it was also by saying yes, yes to an opportunity, yes to a new way of learning and growing. And so what it is that we do here at AKASHX, right, within MDC, is that we actually trade within the foreign exchange market. So essentially, we digitally exchange money as if you guys are traveling to different countries and exchange money that way, right? And we're able to take that money and grow it. And then it's also, we want to, have a disclaimer. Trading involves risk. Trading involves a risk that is not suitable for everyone, but when done right, it can definitely be a life changer. And that is to keep it honest and to keep it real. And so if I can keep it real with you guys today, because I'm a really down to earth person, but if I can keep it real with you guys, drop a 7 in the chat. All right, amazing, amazing. So let's actually, right, let's actually share what AKASHX is. So over here is AKASHX, right? And one thing that you got to understand, if you don't understand something, it's just because you don't know the lingo yet, right? And when I mean the lingo, you just don't understand how we speak in this environment. And that's what AKASHX is a platform to help you understand and a whole different side of the world that you may not even understand how to digest, right? I know for me, when I first started, it became a little bit overwhelming because people would use, oh, we're going to go in for a buy and a support and a resistance and the trend lines. And they were just naming all these different things that just really was just like, what are you talking about? Right? It just literally was like, I'm not getting what you're trying to tell me. And it didn't really compute until I understood the terminology and understood the definition. So it was like learning a different language. And so here, as you can see on our platform, we're here to help you understand that language. And I am one of the educators. I'm a binary educator, and we trade in 4 different styles, right? So I'm one of the styles, and one of my styles actually happens to be the top. As you can see here, I'm the top 5. I know Dell was giving you May results, but as of June, even with my alerts that I have been sending out, we calculated my alerts, right? You definitely need to learn the language. But as of June, I have an 88% win rate. I am 15-2. Since June 1st all the way to June 8th. I did not trade that Friday or the weekend. So we're going into a new trading week, right? So out of 17 trades, 15 of them were winners. So you were able to have like a cha-ching, right? A sense of cha-ching. So I know we're gonna have to update those results, and as soon as the flyer drops, I will give you those results for it, right? So essentially here, and how am I able to get that type of success rate is that you got to understand I've been doing this for quite some time. So all of my mistakes, I done condensed, right? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over, expecting the same results, expecting different results, right? So out of all my mistakes, all of my lessons, right, I have condensed that. And now I take the best results, the best practices, and the best things that works for me, and I'm able to teach it to my students as well. And my students are able to follow my lead and understand. So I help them, right, condense their mistakes. Doesn't mean that they're not going to make mistakes, but I help condense their mistakes. I help them understand how to be confident, right? And how to really, speak in a way that makes sense for them, that the market makes sense for them, so that they know what's going on, right? And essentially what that in turns with confidence builds character. And when it builds the character and it builds your confidence, then and only then can you really see what's going on, and you're not blindly following. And I love that here in Akash, us as educators, we don't allow you to blindly follow us. Yes, we have some things that is easy, as Simon Says. So if you know how to play Simon Says, click this, you click that, right? Just like your parents said, clean your room, you knew how to clean your room. Just certain things that you know how to do, we can say that in certain sessions, but this is a platform that can help educate you on truly how to do it yourself. And while you're learning, right, you can still be earning, because in the word learn is earn. So the more you learn, the more you earn, right? So that is a learning and earning type of platform. And so here is the AKASHX platform, right? We have the access to the top 5 educators so that you can see what it is that makes us the top 5. I'm right here. They got my full name, Asia Evans, right? That's where the Z comes from. And you have your academy, your trade alerts, your live sessions, your market research, and your resources. So essentially you have your top 5 educators, and you have your top 5 things that we like to utilize, right? Your live sessions are here, where you can literally click and you know who's on at the current moment in time, right? You have the community chat. We always know about a community. I came on late, while in the middle of Sue talking, but I can definitely tell you that she was telling you guys to get around the right people. Getting around the right people and the right environment can help you grow, right? And that's what we have here in this community chat, is allowing you to have like-minded individuals, allowing you to have ways to have, like right here, great session today, really being able to talk, really being able to understand what's going on and talk to your educators. Like I said, we have a live session, so you literally have an opportunity. If you miss one person, you're able to connect with another, right? Then you also here have your session replays. Then you have your signals. It's something that people call fun, right? So let's say you are, let's say you're not at your computer, or let's say you're not home for a moment and you missed a live session, but one of the educators is still sending out a trade idea, right? They're sending out an idea for you right here. And as you can see, you're not gonna miss. There's plenty of opportunities, right, to win. And so we do have tutorials with this platform. We do have the ability to do that as well. So last time I did a demo to show you how I trade, right? So if you want to see that, I'm about to open that up for you, right? Let me share my screen, get my screen set up, and we're going to take a trade today, right?
Asia, while you're setting that up, I just want to mention that the time frames for the training in Africa, we found out that something happened that didn't get switched from daylight savings time. So we are working on that. It turned out that everybody was coming on, and they were coming on an hour late. So so we're fixing that.
Oh, okay. So my time frame. Okay, so here's my schedule. If people were coming on an hour late from me. So on Tuesdays, right, I am at 7 a.m. EST. I don't know how that converts to like
There's
time in Kenya.
7 hours difference in East Africa.
Okay. That'd be about.
They'll be later.
4 is 11, 5 is 12. That's 2 o'clock. So 2 o'clock. It's about 2 o'clock. Then it is 7 o'clock, right? If it's on Wednesday, because I'm at 12 p.m. EST, and then 11 on Tuesday, 11 a.m. EST Tuesdays. I mean, Thursday and Friday. Okay, well, so Thursday and Friday. So essentially, that is 2 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and 6 and 6 on Thursday and Friday. That would be those time frames right there. So that should help, right? Because that's the same time through and through. I know it's our Eastern, our daylight savings, but that would be what it is. Okay, so let's go here. So essentially, let me set this up, right? So what my classes may looks like this, right? And if you're overwhelmed, please don't be. It's just like I said, you don't understand what's going on. So essentially, what I want you all to do is be able to follow along, right? So we're gonna go to pocketoption.com, right? And while you're in pocketoption.com, so it's gonna look like this. So not the login. Right? It's gonna look like this. And it allows you, right? You're gonna click free demo. You're gonna start in one click. Well, it logs me in automatically, but what essentially it does, and I'll hide all of this. All right, you'll look like this. All right. So when it goes there, you want to click and you'll have an asset. This is what's called an asset. You want to go right next to the asset, right? And we're going to do a line chart right here. Right? And we're going to do a line chart. You're not going to worry about anything else on the platform. Like anything else on my screen. Then over here, you're going to see where it says time. And you're going to click M1. If that makes sense to you, drop an MS in the chat. Once you guys are there, drop an MS in the chat. Okay, cool. Somebody says still in the dark. What's up, Skeeter? Still in the dark. It's okay. Just follow along, and this is recorded. So essentially, right, what the name of this game is, right, and it's not a game, it's a market, is that I am going to invest a certain amount of money. Let's say I invest $500, right? And in this instant, I will invest $500 of my hard-earned money. And then if this clears, right, I'm going to get my $500 back plus 72% additional, right? So it will be my $500 back plus $360. So not only do you get 100% your return on investment, you get 100 plus 72% of a return on investment, right? And for Damas, I actually do use candles, but for the sake of this demonstration today, right, and for the visualization of helping someone understand how this works, we're going to use a line so you can just visually see how it is, right? So how is it, right, that I'm able to get 500 plus like a total of $360? Okay, so what it is that you have two options. I do binary options. So in your two options, right, you can either say that this market is going to be higher or it's going to be lower, right? And that means that this blue dot is going to be higher than when I enter the market, or it's going to be lower if I say it's going to be lower when I enter the market, right? So if you have your pocket option open with me, you're going to make sure that your asset, you're going to come over here to your currency assets, and you're going to type in AUD NZD, right? AUD NZD. You're going to make sure it says AUD NZD, and it's going to say OTC, all right? You're going to click that. That is the asset that you're going to make sure that you're on, right? So what I use is market knowledge and market awareness. And it's what I teach in my classes, right? So I would say to my students, and we focus on the last 3 digits, I would say when this 3, and let me make it a full screen, I say when these last 3 digits, right, goes to 710 or lower, right, we're going to press this green symbol, right? And so what my students would do is they would wait till it goes to 710 or lower and press the green symbol. Now, if we would have already clicked the button, right, we would have got in right around here, and you can see it's not at 710. So if this market comes back to 710 or lower, we're going to press the green button, right? And so it's at 707, and we're clicking, right, the green button. So now we have like a minute, right, in the market. When this green line happens, right, that's the time frame that we have in the market. And so really what this blue dot has to do is stay above, right, this green line in the market. And so right now I didn't take no analysis or anything like that. I didn't look at the market. I didn't take a viewership of anything. I just clicked the button and took a little guesstimate, right? So we have about a couple of seconds left. The blue dot wants to stay a little down, but as long as it goes above, right, and the end, it's a clear. So now if it's not a clear, we understand why, right? It's because we're investing. And look, here's the beautiful thing about it. I only invested 500, I only lost 500, right? Well, let's put it in real terms. Some people might invest $5, right? Now, so that's with me taking a guesstimate, right? That's me taking a guesstimate of what's going on and what's happening in the market. Now, what I do with my students is this: what makes me a high win rate is that I actually utilize, right, some indicators. I put together some options in the market that I teach, right? When you get into my class, right, it's something that I actually teach. So that way, when we get in there, we're not having those mistakes, right? Any questions so far? Because we're not having the mistakes. And so if I was to tell the student, right, oh, we're going to get in here, what's liquidity? So liquidity is how quickly you can, what are the class requirements? So the class requirements is that you have a minimum of $50 in your brokerage, right? So in this pocket option, it'll be easy for you to fund up, right? You can utilize different cryptocurrencies. I sent Dale the ways for East Africa to be able to fund and what's the easiest ways for you guys to make sure it's safe for you all. But the minimum requirements is that you have a positive attitude, $50 in your brokerage, right? And that you are a student that asks questions, right? Just ask questions and that's it. So liquidity, Damas, it's not about the market. Liquidity, if you're talking about the liquidity that I know, the liquidity is how quickly, right, can you get access to your cash? How liquid can you make your investment? And essentially is you make this money today, you can withdraw it and it can be in your account within 2 to 5 business days, right? So essentially a quick paycheck. So if you make money on a Monday and withdraw it, the latest that you would get it is by that Friday. So if that's what you mean by liquidity, that's how liquid it can be, right? It's not something that will take hours, I mean, days upon days upon days to hit your bank account. Does that answer your question? So like I was saying, we have here, at first is a demo. I'm showing you what it is, right? And you can see, okay, it took out my 500. So right, like I was saying, I teach my students how to take this chart, make it look like their own so that they can get in the market and have some of their own success with it, right? And so the difference between pocket option and the MT4 is that MT4, it's not the style that I teach. However, it is a different way of trading, right? So it talks about, and it's more terminology. You'll have, it's not a time-based. So pocket option, well, binary options is time-based trading, right? And there's only 2 ways to enter the market. You do not have a stop loss. You do not have a buy limit. You do not have those options. And then also in MT4 and MT5, which is traditional Forex trading, what it is that, yes, you trade and you can win big, but you can also lose big, right? So you have to keep an eye. And so because this is a fixed income with pocket option, right, your what you risk, right, is what you are willing to lose. The amount that you risk is the amount that you're willing to lose. And then you also know what you're gaining every time. So you're essentially coming in, right, and seeing how much you can profit already and get in, right? So you have a couple of trades you're able to take, right? Let's say I click here, right? These options that, and I say, all right, every time I win something, right, I know that as long as I have a proper mindset of what's going on, I'm going to make $400 every time, right? Every time I can make $400. Or if I go to a different asset and it's a different thing, I know I can do something a little different, right? So essentially, what it is that you can take that profit and still understand what is going on. So I invested 2 times $500 and we have about 14 seconds left. So I want you to understand that this is the difference, right? I know that I'm going to get my $500 back plus my 400. So I want you to see what that turns into, okay? So it was down to 807. And so now I'm back up to $10,500. So I was able to make an $800 profit off of my 2 trades. And that is the potential of pocket option. And that's what people have been able to make in this opportunity. And this is what AKASHX can allow you to do. And also, right, if you don't have a chance to go to the live session, we have here, all right, scanners. And we teach you how to utilize these scanners, right? So let's say you're on your own and there's not a live session and you still want to trade. You can come over here to a scanner, right? And it literally tells you, based off of a point system, where to enter into the market and whether or not which button you're going to press, and then for how long you're going to be in the market for, right? So you have these opportunities in these different ways to, like I said, minimize your mistakes so that you can earn while you learn. Do we have any questions?
Well, I'll just make a comment that the great thing about this, when you're working with somebody like you, Z, that is averaging the kind of results you are, that's, if I don't know what I'm doing, I'm going to follow along and do what you're doing, and as I'm learning, and then
Absolutely.
eventually, hopefully, I'll get to be more astute on what I'm doing. But again, with your averaging for a closing success rate, most people are going to want to just follow what you're doing, I would think.
Absolutely. And so when you come to my class, I promise you, we play music. My favorite song right now is Who's Your Guy? Is I don't even know where he's from in Africa, but it's definitely my favorite song right now. I love playing Afro beats and R&B and just different types of music. But on my sessions, we have music, we have fun, we talk as a community, we encourage each other. And I mean, if all you did was take my trades to the T, and I said I was 15-2, we would have only, out of the $500. So let's think of it like this, right? And I'll pull out my calculator. So I was 15-2 in the past 2 weeks. And we said, all right, every time we're going to make $400, right? So how many times, right? I made $400 was 15 times. So I ended the week with $6,000 in profit, right? And I only lost twice. So instead of making 7,000, I made 6,000. And I know for me, I'm not mad at that. But just following the loan, you know what I mean? So it's a way. And here's the beautiful thing, right? He said we ain't mad at that either. I'm not mad at that, right? So you got to understand. Let's say, all right, well, Z, I may not have, right, all the money that I need to invest, right, into AKASHX. Like, let's just say I only bought the subscription, right? But I didn't have the money to put into the broker. Well, we're a part of MDC. It's 8 different ways to get paid, right? We got other ways to get paid. You could take some of your earned income, right, by selling fuel, doing something different, inviting people to a webinar, different ways, right, to take your some of your income. So let's say you made, right, because with AKASHX, with an elite pack, you can make on a jump start $40. So let's say you do a $40 thing, you could turn around, you do 2 of those, $40, that's $80. Now you have the minimum 50 to invest, right? So there's all different ways, and it's all full circle. And I love that we're part of the MDC brand, because you have options, right, to go to different brands and to utilize it and make this like your 9th way of having a growing savings account, right? Something that you can really grow your money in. So Demas, how much you said I invested into this market? Honestly, I had lost count. In my first 2 years, I could say that I invested like a lot. The second year, a lot as well, but I'm all about no blown accounts. So the last account that I have funded and did not blow, and I don't remember the last time I blown an account, because I put it in my notebook that I will not blow an account, was $500, and it took off since then. So I guess you can say I invested $500, and I grew that.
Yeah, makes absolute sense.
So any other questions? You guys can unmute yourselves. You can talk, right? I'll stop sharing my screen and everything, and I'm opening it up for Q&A.
Why don't you spend a little bit of time talking about size of of your investment. In other words, you know, I think you guys promote rule of thumb is never put more than 3 to 5% of your available money into any one trade. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense. So let me see if I can do something like this. So Demas asks, how can we blow an account? Is by not properly risking, revenge trading, and just doing other things that is not suitable in the market. And then next thing you know, you over leveraged and you didn't give it the proper ways, right? And that's what we don't teach against. That's what we teach against, right? So let's say you have an initial investment, right, of $50, right? And you grew that account by 1% a day, right? And let's say you did that for a whole year, right? Every time you reinvest it, let's say you grew your account. Let's say, well, with me, I tell people to grow their accounts by like 3 to 5%. So let's just do 5%. Let's be real. Okay. So now so you grow your account, and so you reinvest. You grew your account by 5%. Let's say you reinvest 50% of it, right? You don't trade on the weekends, and you start there, right? Just by soft growing it, right? So you start off, you grow it to $2, and all you're trading is $2.50. I don't know about y'all, but I can risk $2.50. Right? That's $2. $2 is a calm, it's not overwhelming my heart, right? $2.50. So as you can see, you start through the year and you start off small. You start off making like $2.50, right? $2.50. And you're doing this for a whole year, right? An entire year. You took a $50 account, right? And you grew it to $410,000 by next year. Right? By having an opportunity to just calmly trade, right? And have a plan. So these are the type of opportunities that we have seen. These are the type of things that can happen for people. And it's all based off of calmly, right? You don't start to risk $20 until like 2-3 months in. So by that time, you didn't learn how to risk. You didn't learn how to maximize what's going on, right? You didn't doubled your account by then and came 100%. Right?
Of course, every that's the maximum you make. That doesn't take into account you're gonna have some losers.
Absolutely. It doesn't take into account that. But when you risk properly, right, and you're not really gaining, because like $9, $15, right, is something that can really be grown, and it's slow and steady, right? The reason why the tortoise won against the hare, I'm not saying because he was slow. The thing is, he was consistent. And this is about consistency. You can have consistency in speed, you can have consistency in slow, but it's all about the consistency in what you do, right? So that's the reason why the tortoise won. It wasn't because he was slow, right? It was because he was consistent. So as long as you consistently show up, I don't think I ever had, since consistently being here, ever had a month that was under 75%. So even if you were to grow your account, right, by 75%, let's say for 12 months, right, that's still $50 to
200, yeah.
To 2,000,
Yep.
2,200. All right. If you just by 75% of $50, low risk, right? So that's the opportunities that you can have here, right? That's the different types of safe trading that you can do and really maximize. And here at Akash is what we teach you mentally and how we allow you guys to really, you know, grow.
So it's all about trading with somebody that has proven that they're consistent at winning, learning from that person while you're doing it, and never ever get greedy and throw all your money into one trade, because you never know when that one bad trade might pop up, right?
Right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great, and again, compared to some of these guys out there that Africa has been buried with a lot of cryptocurrency companies and things like that basically were just saying, hey, send me the money, I'll invest it for you, and then all of a sudden it disappears and things like that. We are never taking your money. You have your money that you're investing is going into Pocket Options or some other company that's handling the money for you. We don't have access to it in any way, shape, or form. The only thing you're paying us for is your monthly education on how to do this and your connection to people like Z who can help you do live trading.
Absolutely.
So as far as when you're worried about a company that's doing this kind of business being a scam, you want to be with somebody that has absolutely nothing to do with your investment money, and we don't. So if anybody's out there wondering about that, that's the difference between a company like ours and a company that's people found out we're crooked, we're scams, and we're just ripping people off. We can't rip you off because we never have access to your funds in any shape or form other than your fee for your monthly education. Anything else from you, Z, today?
No, that'll be all. How can someone join my classes? My classes is that you can find me on my live sessions. As long as you're a part of Akash, you can come over here to my live sessions. And the live schedule, find me in your time zone. Right. Standard Eastern. Oh, this is South African Eastern Standard.
South African is 1 hour difference. So they're let me run it down for you. If you're doing one at 7 o'clock in the morning, it's going to be 2 o'clock in the afternoon in East Africa, Uganda.
Yeah. So here you go. You can find me here at East African. And if you want to take a screenshot, you'll find me at 2 o'clock p.m. 8 on Wednesdays, and on Thursdays and Fridays, I'm available at 7.
But I think that still is a little screwed up because of the daylight savings thing, which I'm trying to get.
No, that's actually the time frame.
That's actually the live time. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the correct time.
Okay. Very good. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And we're, as I've told you guys before, we're going to be doing this on an ongoing basis. So Asia Z will be back here next week, and she'll have some more training for you. The big thing is, I think the major questions people are asking is, okay, how do I learn from Z? You got to join AKASHX. You got to pay for your monthly fee, and then you'll have access to the calendar, and you can watch all her live trades. So that's how you get into it. And then again, any investment you do, that's done separate from us. We give you the recommendation of where to go, but we're not connected with your investment money at all. And some people have been asking, well, how do I do that? Well, again, I actually had people say, well, I don't know how to do these things because nobody's telling me how to do them. Well, they are. This calendar's right here. You just got to go on to the calendar or go into the session replays, and they will teach you what you want to do. So you basically just got to decide after learning from the educational part which thing you like best, whether you like working with Z on the type of options she works on, or if you want to work with somebody in gold, or you want to work with somebody on cryptocurrency. You pick who you want to, one or more people you want to learn from, and you just start watching them and learning everything you need to learn. So again, we're going to be adding to this and telling you more about this and taking more questions as the weeks progress. But the bottom line is, if you don't know what you're doing, start learning. You join up, start learning, and then follow along with somebody like Z and live trade with her. And that's how you can make money, knowing full well that occasionally Z is going to pull when it's not going to work for you. They're not always going to work. But when she's 88% correct, that's the type of people you want to work with. That's incredible. So, so again, I want to thank Asia Z for coming on today. I want to thank Sue for an incredible training, and we'll see you all again next week, same times. And again, the big thing about this is invite people. There's no cost to coming to Mondays with Dale. There's no cost to going to our Thursday FFX presentation. All you have to do is invite people. How simple is that? Just invite people, tell them, hey, I've got something I'm excited about. I think you'll be excited about. It's only going to take about 40 minutes of your time. If it's something you're not interested in, well, you wasted 40 minutes. If it's something that you decided something is for you, it could be life-changing. It could create, as Sue said, a legacy for your family for multi-generations. So having said all that, guys, remember, I love every one of you. I want to see you all succeed. That's why I do this. I'm trying to pay it forward from all my good fortunes over my lifetime, and I'm looking forward to watching you guys walk across the stage at a higher rank than you are now. And I look forward to being there at the bottom of the stage and give you a big hug and tell you how proud I am. So have a great week. We'll see you again next week. Take care.